It's January 18th, 2018, 1:38 p.m. I have shorted the market for in between session trading, and as you can see, I shorted it unfortunately at the very bottom, and now it's either correcting itself or it's moving upwards. Now if it's going to move upwards, it's going to be huge. It could be as much as 5,000 or even more. It could be that this is where Bitcoin rallies. Obviously it lost quite a lot of value anyway. For me, mine's 4,000. So I'm closing this position, and I'm further following this chart, and I'm buying. My stop loss is at around 8,600. So if it crashes good, then it's done. I expect that this is where Bitcoin either rebounds or corrects itself, and this should last at least a couple of days. There probably could be days where the market's going down, but all in all, I hope that it will stay moving upwards, because that's how it worked previously. It went down, it went up, it went down, it went more down before it went quite a bit up, and now it's going down heavily again. So this is a sort of Bitcoin crash, obviously, and now it should rebound, and there's a Bitcoin crash. Nuisance could be as well be once again denied, and these kind of movements downwards happened previously. We already seen something like that right here, and that's exactly what's happening. It's moving downwards more than it's going up, but it's going up heavily. Eventually it blobs up right here for a year, and or almost a year, and then it rises to nearly 20,000 on Bitstamp, and that is 19,666. Now it as well could be moving south before it moves up, and it's logical that the market is trying to go back to its previous position from which it went upwards, and it looks like this strength, this magneto that's pushing the trend down to its support, is extremely strong for Bitcoin, and unsurprisingly that's due to the fact that it went so high up compared to anything else out there so quickly. Okay, so one thing's for sure is Bitcoin is still and all cryptocurrencies losing value, no doubts about that. Let's look at the combined value. It's currently at 570. So it's still moving up and down. As you can see, it has increased in value quite a bit. So after a recent day down, now it's going up, and it's going up like a fever. Yesterday we looked, all this cryptocurrencies were in the red, and now all the currencies are in the green. They didn't move the up by much, but some of these certainly moved up quite a bit. Ripple has nearly doubled. Let's take a look right here. It goes from 87 cents to $1.53. That is a lot. And that's that. So it looks like I bought on Bitstamp without even looking. I should be buying on Coinbase for long-term trading with a stop loss, as I said, of 8,000. That's it. My previous trade right here is not good because I have placed it on a Bitstamp instead of Coinbase. That's not good. I use Coinbase to trade long term. In between sessions, that could be as much as 2 weeks or as low as a day. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin has been very, very volatile. So, what did we see in here is quite clear. It went down heavily and it went up heavily. And then it moves down heavily, and that's a trendy. Like that's at least like an hour. It moves down heavy and it moves up heavy, and it becomes like super choppy right here. And now it moved down, and now it moved heavy up. So obviously these kind of trades are probably like the best trades out there. So this is like it used to be when the Bitcoin was at 16,000 or so. It goes 1,000 down, it moves 1,000 up. It moves a couple of hundred, like 600 down, it moves 600 up. And this is how Bitcoin traded previously. As I previously mentioned in the last video, that Bitcoin, when it's below 10,000, is moving like a couple of hundred down. Like here, for example, it's not moving much. But when it was 16,000, this kind of chart was 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. But still, overall, when we're looking at the like couple of hours, then it's certainly looking very, very profitable. Right here. You see, when we trade 1 hour, we're just looking at an hour chart. We kind of don't take into consideration all the volatility that is happening when trading 1 minute. If, for example, we looked at 1 hour and we see that it moved, for example, from high 997 to low 704, so that's, let's say, almost 300, right? And that's just how much a person trading 1 hour would make. However, a person looking at 1 minute could experience these kind of hits all the time, like through the entire hour. And this movement of 300 moving down, and then 200 moving up, 100 moving down, more movements, and then it moves into this 1 hour candle. Obviously, somebody who trades 1 minute has to consistently watch, and then it becomes more of a real job than something like just placing an order and waiting for an hour. Let's look how other cryptocurrencies bear. It looks like Ethereum is recovering too. So what happened here is we see that a massive spikes have taken place. So it pretty much means that the price was here at the low of 9,222, but now it increased, and it all happened during the same day. And we see that Ethereum is moving as close to Bitcoin too. Obviously, cryptocurrency movements did not influence Nasdaq Composite in here. Euro USD was not influenced either. Euro is still rising. Apple stock, a major stock, is fine. Apple fires starting gun on 3 trillion repatriation trade, huge win for Trump. Apple's decision to repatriate some of its 252 billion cash pile could spark a wave of similar moves to bring back an estimated 3 trillion in overseas dollars. So Apple is quite famous for having headquarters outside of US and hoarding money outside, but it looks like it's going to bring back to America a lot of money. Wall Street futures bomb higher on China GDP potential Apple tax boost. Apple's home court disadvantage. Taiwan Semiconductor sees record 2018 sales and crypto mining explosion. Apple's latest security flaw is a text bomb. A newly discovered security flaw is affecting Apple's iPhone and Mac computers. Apple's tax shift means less cash than you think, but still plenty for big acquisition. Prepare for these 5 tech stocks to move big on earnings. Apple will allow owners of older phones to option out of slowdown. Apple promises investment as it pays taxes on overseas cash. Okay, let's look at Euro USD headlines. price forecast, Euro daily fundamental forecast, daily technical forecast, mid-session technical analysis. Okay, price forecast, daily fundamental forecast, daily technical analysis for January. I wasn't doing any technical analysis, however this does give an indication of what this is all about. So as you can see, they're talking about support I seen in the 10-day moving average. Target resistance is seen as near. So instantaneously they're talking all about the support and resistance. First things first. And then they look at confirmations from the government and financial institutions. Putting lid on euro, that would most likely mean that they don't want it to go too high versus the dollar. Brexit noise picking up. I'm not sure how Brexit is going to affect the euro because, as we already know, the British are using pound. So it's perfectly fine for them to go out of European Union. They won't get hurt and we won't be hurt. So that's USD, Great Britain pound. I personally don't like that chart. I would much prefer Great Britain pound USD. And as we see that due to the Brexit, it was consistently moving down. And now it's consistently moving upward, and as you can see, nobody's stopping it. It's just moving upward. It's fine. Obviously, during the recession, the pound just absolutely collapsed. Not to like crazy levels, but it did broke nearly in half, and then it was very stable up until here 2014. July, and it didn't stop moving down up until 2016 August, and from there 2016 November it consistently moved up with corrections almost every other month. So every 2 months, every other month there was a month down, but the high-ups were higher than the downturns. So that's for Great Britain pound USD. So they're still not out of European Union. I'm not sure how that's going to affect them. However, I'm sure that this is not going to be better for everybody. It looks like my Bitcoin trade right here is blobbing up quite a bit, as you can see. No movement so far. So that's the main headlines